Hi, in this session we're going to be talking about how to use and operate the Avioms system. So starting at the top, you've got your three main controls here. You have bass, treble, and your master volume. This is going to control the overall volume for every individual channel, as well as the amount of bass that you're getting in and the amount of treble. Down here you have your channel selection row, labeled 1 through 16. To increase or decrease the volume of an individual channel, you simply select it, go to your center volume knob, turn up for more, down for less. Next to your center volume knob, you'll notice a pan option. This basically controls the volume of that individual channel in either your left ear, your right ear, or in both ears. If you want an individual channel to be just in your left ear, select the channel, turn the knob to the left. If you want it in your right ear, turn it to the right. If you want it in both ears equally, center green. Over to the right, you have two buttons. One is solo and the other is mute. The solo functionality allows you to pick one individual channel and to listen to that channel only. Select the channel, in this case singer 1, hit solo, it'll light up red, and all you will hear in your Aviom, in your headphones, is singer 1. To clear it, simply hit the solo button again. Likewise, you can do the same, or opposite, by muting an individual channel. So let's take singer 1 again, singer 2. To mute it, select the button, and then you'll notice down underneath on that singer 2 channel, the light is now yellow. That means you won't hear anything from that channel. To clear it, just select it again and hit the mute button. Light goes away. It's no longer muted. Any channel you select will light up red to indicate which channel you're controlling your volume, your pan, your solo, and your mute on. And then over to the far left of the Aviom, you have these two buttons labeled recall and group or trim. At the top, you'll notice it says save. This functionality allows you to save any settings that you have set and then later recall them. To save, you have 16 options, 16 slots to save to. So for this example, I'm going to save my settings to slot 2. So I've got everything dialed in, set the way I want it to. Now all I have to do is hold down the recall and group button. Lights will start blinking. Select the channel slot you want to save it to, and let go of the two buttons. To recall, simply hit the recall button once. It'll light up, and then select whichever slot you saved to that you want to recall, in this case 2. And it'll recall on my settings. So you can see I would change the volume here, and when I recall, it brings back my setting that I had saved to previously. You can also overwrite that slot if you want the volume to be changed by, again, holding down the two buttons, selecting the one you want to save over, releasing. Now if I turn the volume down, hit recall, that number 2, it recalls that setting. And that's for every single channel that you've adjusted. Again, you have 16 slots to use to save to. Once you recall the settings, it's a great baseline once you have your team dialed in to know I'm going to start with these settings every set. Now I want to go through actually creating your mix and laying out your Aviom. To create a mix, I always recommend starting off at a lower percentage. So figure out and decide what channels you want to hear. In this case, we'll work with the keys and guitar mics, which is 2 and 3, the bass, keys, and guitars, 4 through 8, and the 3 singers. I always recommend setting your volumes at a lower level, about 25%, and then building up from there. And when you build up, you want to do it in small increments. So let's say I've got a good decent mix on my guitars, but I'm just still having some trouble hearing Singer 1. Well, I can go over to Singer 1, take it up a little, start with that. Then you can go to your other instruments. Now I need a little bit more guitar, take it up. It's good to do it incrementally because a lot of the times the issues you can have is I can't hear X instrument. I can't hear X singer. Well, what you want to avoid is having everything maxed out and then it leaves you with just no room to go anywhere or any direction. If I have all my instruments maxed out, I'm of course not going to be able to hear my singer through all that noise. So let's say I still want to hear more of the singer. Well, instead of turning the singer all the way up, turn it to a reasonable level and turn everything else down. That'll bring out the singer more while still allowing you to hear the other instruments. This is the back of the Aviom where your headphone inputs are, as well as the Ethernet input. The Ethernet is responsible for powering the Aviom as well as sending the digital signal to allow you to have the individual channel mix for your particular Aviom. This is the input for your headphone cable. Here we're using an extender, which is your regular 1/8 inch, and an adapter, 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch, because for all the headphone inputs on the Avioms, they are 1/4 inch. If you can get away without having to use an adapter, it's good, it's recommended. That way there's just one less link in the chain to go wrong. Speaking of going wrong, a lot of the times when you're having issues with your Aviom, if you're having issues with hearing an individual channel, most likely that's something with that individual instrument either being muted on the soundboard or needing to be turned up at the instrument itself. If you're having trouble hearing everything, either in one ear or just not at all, the first place to check is your connection into the Aviom. You can start by unplugging, checking your connections, making sure they're secure, plugging back in. If you're still having some troubles, you can try slightly moving or adjusting the adapter or headphone and the jack itself. The other option is ensuring that your headphones are connected directly in and secure. Check and ensure that your headphones are plugged in correctly to the headphone extender. Unplug and plug them back in to see if that makes a difference. Another issue is you can try twisting to see if it changes your sound quality. If any of these affect or change, you might need to replace either the headphone extender or the adapter going into the Aviom or your headphones themselves. One issue that can commonly occur with headphones that have built-in microphones is that you don't get audio in both ears or very loud until you adjust its position in the adapter. This is due to the 3 rings. 2 of the rings, which are standard on most headphones, is for left and right audio, and the 3rd ring is for the microphone. Because of that 3rd ring, sometimes placement and alignment within the adapter or the Aviom itself can cause audio to only come in one side and not the other, or not come in as full as it needs to. Adjusting its placement in the adapter will reveal that to be the case. I would recommend trying to avoid all headphones that have built-in microphones and these 3 rings so that you can get the best quality of sound with your headphones. This has been an overview and training of the Aviom in your system. If you have any more questions or want more information, please check out our additional training videos, and always feel free to reach out to the Dhop staff, who are always more than willing to assist further.